Hi everyone, my name's Vanessa. Welcome back to this video. I'm so excited to be with you guys today and sharing with you guys this super cool recipe, just the way I made it as well. I did not make this at all. It is not my recipe. I got it from the internet, but I thought I would show you guys, especially because Valentine's Day is coming up and I thought that this would have been just like the perfect thing to give out to like friends, family, loved ones. If you want to gift it to your mom, maybe to your dad, your sister, friends at school. The ingredients for this are so simple. Maybe you might have to go to the store to get the apples if you don't have any, or to buy flour, but especially like the filling and the crust, they were so simple to make. I will link the recipes for those down below, but this video is for anyone that's looking for ideas on what to get their significant other or like a family member, especially because they're heart-shaped and they think that they're so cute. So I think that you guys will like them as well. I hope you guys like them as well. And if you do recreate them, let me know down below in the comments. I'm so excited to see anyone recreating these, or I think I'll link my Instagram as well so that you guys can like tag me if you make them as well. Let me know what you guys thought, if it came out just as good. And without further ado, let's get on to this video. I really hope you guys like it just as I loved making these, but let's get to it.
First things first, you'll need 5 to 6 apples. Now the core remover is optional, but you will need that little device to peel the skin of your apples. The core remover is optional. You could obviously just peel your apple and then cut it to the point where you remove the core, but I felt that the core remover saved so much of my apple and it just made it so much faster. So that is my decision, but do make sure that all your apples are peeled, and the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to slice your apples into tiny little cubes so that they can fit in our tiny little hearts. So eventually you're going to do this to all of your apples, and then you're going to place them on a bowl. And this is where the fun part is going to get. You're going to grab your cinnamon and do 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Sprinkle that all over your apples, and with a little spoon or a spatula, you're going to mix it up so that your apples are all coated in cinnamon. On to the fun part, we're going to make the sauce. You're going to grab 1 stick of butter and you're going to melt that bad boy all the way. You want to make sure nothing is left. The whole thing has to be melted. You're going to grab 3 tablespoons of flour, mix it up super well, make sure that it's totally there. You're going to grab 1 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of water. Again, mix that up super well, and we're going to bring all of this to a boil. The moment it's gotten to a boil, you're going to simmer it and let it in that simmering heat for about 3 minutes. Once it's cooled down for a bit, you can drizzle that all over your apples and then mix that up and set to the side. So side note, in this video I did not show how I made the dough. It was a complicated process for me for some reason to have the camera and make it, but basically once it's been chilled in the fridge, you're going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on your table or your area, a little bit of it on your dough, and then you're going to roll your dough out to be as flat as possible so that way your cookie cutter can make as many heart shapes, or it doesn't even have to be a heart shaped, it can be any other shape, as we can, and you're going to work with this until you've gotten as many hearts as possible. Once all of our hearts are done in a pan that's been buttered up, I'm going to place all of my hearts spacious enough, and that's when I'm going to add my apple filling. You can put as much as you'd want or as little as you'd like. Do remember that because this is a heart shape, it can be a little bit difficult to work around it, so I'm kind of just measuring to see how much I can actually fit. For the top part of the heart, I'm going to cut a little X in the center, so that way once I place it, it kind of opens up without tearing my dough. And then what we're going to do is with a fork, we're going to press on the corners of it so that the dough kind of mixes in together and it keeps the inside of it in place. Oh, the wonders of editing. What took me 15 minutes, I condensed into 30 seconds, but you're going to do this with all of your hearts. Make sure that no space has been left out. We're going to make an egg wash to put that on top of our dough. You can either do it with a little bit of water or maybe a little bit of heavy cream, and you're going to just go to town with it. And voila, there we have them, our apple heart-shaped pies. You guys, these were absolutely delicious. They make a beautiful gift for anyone this Valentine's or anyone in general. And to be honest, they came out so good. And I'm not saying that because I made them, but they were delicious.
That's basically it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I did. I actually have to admit something. So the first time that I made this, I made a big pie and it came out perfect. I kind of felt like my filling could have used a little bit more on the heat because it wasn't coming out like as cool as I wanted it to, unfortunately. But the funny thing is that the second time around that I made this, which was for this video, when I was making the dough crust for the pie, I added like half the butter that was necessary, and that was completely my mistake. I tend to be that type of person that like I see the recipe the first time and I'm like, okay, like I got it down because I've been baking for so long, so it's easier for me to like remember things. And for some reason this time around, it just completely blanked in my head that I was supposed to use 2 sticks of butter and I used like the equivalent of 1 stick. So I was like kneading my dough and I'm like, why is this just not like expanding? Like it's not doing that. And then eventually my mom was like, are you sure like you put enough butter? Because it seems like it's missing butter. So I was like, what do you mean? So yeah, I went back to the recipe and then lo and behold, I forgot to add the correct amount of butter. So it is so important that you add butter because butter is what's gonna make the dough. So that is like my biggest tip for you guys in this video. And also let it chill for at least an hour so you can get like a super nice consistency. But if you do end up gifting this to like anyone or you do make it, please, please, please share it with me. I would love, love, love to see that. And if you absolutely enjoyed this video and you would like to see more content of mine, you can subscribe down below. I will link my Instagram down below as well. And without like further ado, I will see you guys hopefully next week. I'll be making a ton of Valentine's inspired content creation. So see you guys soon. Bye everyone.